Stop.
Alright guys, welcome to my muscle video for my anatomy class. I'm your host Sammy Creamy, and behind the camera is my sister. And I'm the model for today. So let's start it off with the arms, right? Actually, no. Before we start it off with anything, I'm gonna explain a couple things. Flexing is decreasing the angle between two muscles. Extension is increasing the angle between two muscles. Abduction is moving away from the midline, from the torso, from the body. Adduction is coming to the body. Okay, so now that we broke up some terms, now we can start. So biceps brachii, right here. This flexes the elbow. A good workout for this would be dumbbell bicep curl. This flexes the elbow. Then opposite to that, you have your triceps brachii, that extends the elbow. And this is great for a tricep pushdown. Then you got your brachialis right here. You got your bicep, you got your brachialis. It's actually the same size as a bicep. And this helps with flexion at the elbow and the flexion of the brachioradialis. Then on the arms again, you got your flexor carpi radialis, and that flexes the wrist and flexes the fingers. And you got your extensor digitorum, which extends the wrist and extends the fingers. Then after that, we move up. So we have our deltoid right here. A deltoid is a big muscle that abducts the shoulder. Abducts the shoulder, the arm, from away from the body. And that, you can do it with lateral raises. Then you got your pectoralis major, right? The pectoralis major, that helps adduct the shoulder, adduction the shoulder. So a good thing for this would be chest flies, bringing them back in, or coming down. Pullovers. And the next one is one of the biggest back muscles. So you have your latissimus dorsi. So another thing is, so since your pectoralis major adducts the shoulders, the latissimus dorsi also does the same. It adducts the arm, but in a different way. So adduct like this, while the pectoralis major is more like a fly. All right, then you got your serratus anterior, and this is known as the boxer's muscle. This helps protract the shoulders. A motion for this would be like a punch. And going back to earlier, the latissimus dorsi, a good exercise would be a pull-up, and for pectoralis major, chest flies. Then we got your levitator scapulae right here. And that helps elevate the scapula. Then you got your trapezius, which is also a big muscle in the back. This helps levitate the scapula too. Then after that, you have your supraspinatus, is right here, and that helps abduct the arm. Another one, it's part of your rotator cuff muscles. So another one would be lateral raises, or cable lateral raises. Then after that, you have your teres major, which is right here, teres major, and that helps internally rotate your arm. So you have your external rotation. External rotation is moving away from the body. Internal rotation is coming into the body. It's internally rotating. Okay. Then you have your rectus abdominis, right? That's kind of like the six-pack, right? That helps flex at the torso, right? Then after that, a good workout for that is crunches, sit-ups, leg raises. Great for the rectus abdominis. Then you have your gluteus maximus, which is the big muscle right here. So the gluteus maximus helps extend the hip extension, moving away from the body, hip extension, right? Increasing the angle, hip extension. Then we have your gluteus medius. So you have your gluteus maximus, you have your gluteus medius, and the gluteus medius does hip abduction, moves it away from the body. A good machine in the gym, if you go, it's called the sus machine, but you go in and you have something here and something there. A good machine it does hip abduction, and that builds the gluteus medius right here. So you would sit down and boom, boom. Okay. Then we got your rectus femoris, and that's like the teardrop shape, right? A lot of soccer players have a great rectus femoris because they have to kick a soccer ball, and this helps extend at the knee. Extend at the knee, right? Boom, like a kick. Then you have your vastus lateralis, which is also another big quadriceps muscle, and that also helps extend at the knee, right? So if we have the quadriceps which extend, you have your hamstrings which flex at the knee, right? So let's start off with a big one. You have your biceps femoris right here. Believe it or not, the whole point of the biceps femoris is just to flex at the knee. Other hamstrings also help with the hinge in the hips, but the biceps femoris is the only muscle that actually flexes the knee. Then you have your semimembranosus, which is right here. Semimembranosus. And that also does the same thing as the biceps femoris, but also helps you hinge at the hip and helps with flexion at the knee. Then we have your gastrocnemius, this big muscle right here. And that helps with plantar flexion. Plantar flexion is pointing down. It's like ballerina. Ballerinas have a great gastrocnemius because you're pointing down, right? A great workout for this would be calf raises on a bar or Smith machine. Great. Or seated calf raises. Great. Then you have your frontalis right here. And a lot of comedians and everything know that this is a big muscle because it actually raises the eyebrows. If you're suspicious about something, you're gonna raise your eyebrows and be like, huh? Okay. Then you have your adductor magnus, right? Adductor magnus is right here. It's one of your big adductor muscles. And remember how we said that the gluteus medius helps abduct the hip? The adductor magnus helps bring it back in. It brings it back in. ADD, adduction, brings it back in. So the adductor magnus helps adduct at the hip. A great thing before, you know how we were saying the sus machine where it's like out, out. Instead, now it's in, in. Okay. Then you have your external obliques. Great exercise for this because it runs right here and does unilateral contraction. Lateral contraction means it's moving side to side. Unilateral contraction means it's moving across the body. So a great exercise for the external obliques would be coming up and flexing on the sides, doing Russian twists. Great exercise. Then, for the last muscle of this video, is the tibialis anterior, right here. And that does the opposite than the gastrocnemius, which is dorsiflexion. So this raises the foot. As you can see, it flexes right here. Flex, flex. Yeah, as a gastrocnemius does plantar flexion, the tibialis anterior does dorsiflexion. Flexes it backwards. And yeah, in seated calf raises or seated leg extensions, those muscles are worked. And that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, thank you for watching. How long was it?